Welcome back, guys. I'm Mellowseven. This is Rimworld A17, and Slickson asked what mods I was using, so I thought we'd start off with that today. So let's go ahead, and you can see I do get a couple errors here, and I'll tell you why exactly I think those are. They haven't affected our gameplay yet. So let's go ahead and take a look at the mods in general. So we start with Hugs Lib, Injects Tools, and Miscellaneous Core, right? We need all of those for everything else to run. Those are our basic libraries. We've got EDB Prepare Carefully, a dog set, that way we can rename animals. That's essentially why we have it there. Expanded Prosthetics and Organ Enhancement, Allow Tools, Stack XXL, Hospitality, Better Work Bench Management, Research Pal, I Can Fix It, Animal Tab, Work Tab, Mod List, so I could save this if I want. I generally don't remember, but on occasional I do. Various space junk. This just changes those little chunks of spaceship floating around, so they give you slightly different things. More sculpture, animal logic, death rattle. That's the one that means that if like you get your stomach shot out, it gives you a little bit of time to have a surgery and replace that stomach. Runtime GC. We haven't lived long enough for this to be an issue, but this game does become less and less optimized the more you play. It's got various types of memory leaks or what have you in it, and this will go back and kind of clean things up again and kind of start you fresh again if you're deep into a playthrough and things have slowed down too much. Moody, that's our little picture up in the right that gives us all our little information. Psychology, that gives us all our additional, whether they're an optimist or not, the actual traits, but the psychology, and also determines Kinsey rating. Jex Tobacco and Cigarettes, Ugh, You Got Me, that makes social fighting just slapping and not stabbing each other. Sometimes raids go wrong. We've seen a few raids recently where the people that we got were like 99 and were half blind and had Alzheimer's. That's probably raids go wrong. Defensive position, simple sidearms, miscellaneous trading. Hand me that brick. We do have the Room of Madness vampires in there. Here are our three main ones for this playthrough. The Rice Cultivating Civilization, Weapons and Apparel, and Samurai. We've also got more floors. Rimworld Medieval Edition, and Sun Tzu Raider Tactics. That means that guys will split, they'll do other things. And we have seen that already. We've seen some people kind of, instead of going straight for the door, they'll come around and attack a wall or something like that. That's Sun Tzu's Raider Tactics. So if you're wondering why the people don't behave quite as obvious as they usually do and why our kill boxes aren't quite as effective as they should normally be, that's why. I decided to go with Rimworld Medieval Edition as opposed to the other medieval one that I normally use, and I've spaced on the name for it. I'm sorry, because it is a good one. Just because I hadn't used this one before. This one mostly just removes tech. The other one added in a bunch of medieval tech that we could use. I kind of wish I'd done the other one now at this point, but for this playthrough it'll be fine. This essentially means that we're running mostly off of just kind of this rice cultivating, weapons, and samurai as our main ones and for our tech, right? And that's fine. It's just a little bit limited in the tech that it provides. It's pretty cool early on, but it doesn't give us a lot of other medieval stuff, so feudal type stuff. I do have humanoid alien races on here, but obviously we're not running them at this point. Architect icons, we could turn that on probably whenever. Medieval times, here's the other one right there. And, it just gives you more stuff that we could have researched. I think I'm going to try to turn on architect icons. Now, I think what happens is we have some additional scenarios that come with the vampire. Room of Madness vampires, and those scenarios include specifically guns and some weapons along those lines, higher technology weapons. So I think what happens is we're getting an error from that versus our Rimworld Medieval, and that's why we're saying, we're not finding that item or whatever it may be. The game seems to run fine. I think it's just that's the combination between some other stuff up here, and it may be even out of here, right? We have that the rice prep tool, which I've forgotten what it's called, the electric one to make white rice, that gets removed by this as well, apparently. So That is what it is. This architectural icons, it just adds little icons on the side of the screen when we load. You know, on our tool over here. So we'll see how those look. Let's try it. Game will restart. I'll hit load, and we'll be right back in the game in a minute. All right, we are back in. Let's see if our architect icon started. And so they just gave little pictures there, and I just think that looks really cool. I know I'm sitting in the middle of it here mostly. Let me come over here and drag myself out of the way a little bit. There we go. Now I got to get back over here. So you can see we have just a little, you know, little wrench there for production and stuff. I just like the icons. They don't really add anything to the game except they look cool. That's the extent of it. I like them. All right. We did have some comments, and I should remember who made them. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me look. I'm looking. Today, by the way, is Veterans Day as I record this, and it should go up on Veterans Day as well. I am a vet. I don't know if I've said that before or not, but I am. I spent 6 years in the U.S. Army, specifically in Army Space Command controlling satellites. But I'd like to, if there's any other veterans out there watching, thank you for your service. You know, we all do appreciate it. You've sacrificed a lot, and for your families as well. Families of veterans sacrifice every bit as much as the veterans do themselves. So don't forget them today on Veterans Day. You know, if you know veterans, if you have veterans in your life, make sure you do know that it is appreciated. I've served with in the U.S. Army, obviously, but I've served with Australian military of all branches, and I've served with the German military as well. And to a man and woman, they have all been great, and they are all doing something with their lives because they think it helps everybody. We don't always agree with the way militaries are used, but those are governments, not the soldiers themselves, that are doing their best to serve their country and, as an extension, serve you. So thank you to all the veterans out there. Let's see. Welcome Asbury Collins, who is a new subscriber, by the way, as well. I'm not sure if Asbury's subscribed for this or for the Football Manager, because I have been churning out the Football Manager videos kind of hard and heavy recently. Actually, it was Slickson that was talking about the toxic fallout as well. That's why I should have remembered. I told you I should have. I don't really have a huge problem with the toxic fallout mod. I'm going to just hit play here as things happen slowly. With this, it does become more deadly than I think it's meant to be. And I can see kind of well, there's not technology, so there's not, but maybe that's why there isn't technology, right? Maybe it was a nuclear war that bombed us back to the Stone Age, and, you know, this planet is still recovering. Maybe it's just a horrible volcano that happens to be tapped into some terrible, you know, other planet radioactive crap. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. Like I say, it's more deadly here because of the way the mods work, but that doesn't mean it's not worth doing. I'm fine with it. We'll survive or not survive. Where's Raptor headed out into the woods? This is a bad day to be wandering a long ways. Digging at silver ore. Well, okay. Okay, in the snow and everything, we'll just have to keep an eye on him. Let's see, who do we have restricted? Do we have Tiberius, CBA, and Ivan? Yes. Yes, we do. So everybody's restricted that needs to be restricted. How far away is that silver? Is it over here? He's not going to get much of that before he's got to come back in, is he? Oh, you know what I'm going to have him do instead? Are these rotting? They're not. Oh, that's what we're going to do. Raptor, instead, you're gonna grab this sucker. And I'm actually going to, I don't know where the silver ore is that he's going to. I guess that one's queued up. Well, we're going to cancel that one. The silver's not all that important right now. And then who else? Chris is also able to come out here and do some hauling. You're going to, oops. You're going to haul that one. And we'll make sure that these are off. And because it's cold, hopefully we should be able to find some more animals that were grabbed with this. You know, like that one's rotting. You know, there's a whole herd of deer up here. So let's go up to full speed really fast. Now we need to make sure that we don't make the mistake of hauling too many in that we can't get butchered in time. But we are storing the meat outside. Oh wait, why are you going there? Don't we store? I'm confused. Oh, he's rotting now. Are all of them rotting now? Really? Just like that? As soon as we find them, they're fine. But as soon as we pick them up, they're rotting? That annoys me. They might have been rotting already, to be fair. Dead for 1 day, body part 0. Frozen, won't spoil. But somehow they're rotting. How are they rotting? They've only been dead for 1 day, and they're frozen. I'm confused. I am confused, but we're going to untag a few of these others, and we'll see what happens. Is that one rotting? That one's rotting. That one is not rotting. Is that one rotting too? I guess probably it is, if that's where it's going. It changed color, so it was not rotting when we picked it up, but it was rotting by the time we got back. Alright. Well, we do have the dogs that we're working on right now anyway, so that's not necessarily terrible. And we are trying to store the meat outside, although the temperatures now aren't particularly warm outside either, or cold outside. It's above freezing anyway. Alright, how much of this meat do we have here? Quite a bit. And like I said, it's making everything chicken meat. That's okay, we're building up our stocks of pemmican. Everybody seems to have stuff, well, CBA doesn't. So let's go ahead and let's queue up some floors here. More floor, let's see, what type of, I've got a bunch of limestone floating around. I think lime, and slate. I like the limestone for this. Let's go more floors. Maybe just limestone slabs? That takes 3 versus, that's 3. That looks nice. Those look good. So let's go ahead and we're going to kind of, we'll run a walkway all along here. Well, that has the grave there, that's why. And we'll run one like here, and here, and here, initially. And then we can probably run them, you know, right along the back here, and maybe along there. Maybe run one out to the animals. In fact, we could probably do that one right now. Eclipse is ending. Looks like the cold snap is ended. The snow's gone away. So now it's just toxic fallout, which is, you know, not necessarily the worst. CBA and Chris. So those are the two that need to be restricted. Everybody else can be unrestricted. With that done, I think I'm going to try to get some rice going again. I don't know that it's going to. We're going to experiment with one zone here of that, and maybe one zone of hay. So allow sowing, and we'll see what happens. How are we doing for wood? Do we have any? No. Have we been making any? We do have some solid fuel though, so we can keep the stoves running. That was the important thing for the wood. Animal starvation. Which animal is starved? Why are the Oh, because I locked him inside. we need to change where this is. Let's go here. Stockpile zone. Well, first of all, let's just unrestrict the animals to here. That will fix that. Now they can come out and eat. But then I think what we're going to do is we'll move our stockpile zone for hay. We'll delete that because we can't grow in there anymore. And we're going to go here and we'll go copy settings and we'll go here and we'll go paste settings, and then we're just going to delete that one. There we go. That'll move the hay in there. And then if we do have another cold snap and we're worried about the chickens again, we can take care of that. And poor Sissy. Health-wise, bad back, frostbite, right leg, beak tail. I think we probably just need to end it for Chrissy. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry, buddy. She can't walk. She can't eat. It's the humane thing to do. Rainy thunderstorm. See if there's anything else kicking around. Do we get any fresh animals walking in from off map? Do you think Toxic Fallout covers other maps? Could we run off the map somewhere else and get away from Toxic Fallout? Is that an issue, do you think? If it all goes so terribly wrong, could we just pick up and move? If you've tried it, let me know, because I am interested in that. Oops. We still have... Yeah, we still got limestone blocks. Oh, and they're laid out there, so it's just a matter of constructing them. Because that's an option, you know? I mean, we've got a nice little base built here, but we could just pick up and go. You know, we could grab our chickens and our Muffalo. We got the Muffalo there. Has he been... What type of training have we done? We've got his obedience training. He should be able to be used as a pack animal. We've got the pigs, too. I'm not sure how much training that... Whoops. I'm not sure how much training the pigs can do. Whoops. Animals. Oh, they can be trained for, like, everything. Follow master. Follow master. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we could do that for them. I'm not gonna. Let's do the basic obedience training. No, let's not, because I might want to eat them. Never mind. I was gonna train them, but if we have to kill them too, we'll make more people unhappy. However, because we moved that zone, I'm gonna come over here to floors, and we'll go ahead and do something like that. Finish that off. Get ourselves some fast little walkways there. Nothing spectacular. Fire breaks probably need 2. So potentially we could add another one there. And there we go. We had to kill Sissy. Chris is going to be upset. I'm sorry, Chris. Had to be done. We're getting milk from something. The Muffalo, I guess? Not actually sure. Yeah, we're getting milk. We got lots of milk. That's pretty cool. So we got milk, we got eggs. What type of things can we make there? Dumplings, vinegar mochi, gohi. Okay, I'm not going to bother with any of that stuff, to be honest. I think just surviving right now is the big issue. Oh wait, let's check our restrictions here. We are beginning to get stuff built up. Tiberius and Chris. Chris is still restricted. Tiberius probably needs to be restricted. And Raptor should be restricted now. There we go. Man, Moody makes this a lot easier to deal with. Our Goblin playthrough, we were just having to remember to click through people. And we didn't always do it. Now, up close, we do have some mining we could do here. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to queue up a little bit of mining. But it's going to be mining that's nearby. And like I say, we probably aren't going to need much of that, because I think that is just... we could even build a roof over here if we wanted. Something like that. Oh, those deer that we'd queued up are now rotting because, well, the cold snap went away. Oh well. I meant to keep an eye on that earlier and I forgot. We were so busy. We had all those dromedaries. It didn't seem like it was necessary, so I didn't. Ivan is restricted or not? He is now. Ivan and Raptor need to be restricted. Everybody else is okay for the moment. All right. I am going to queue up some trees to cut down, though, before they all fall down. So let's go ahead and see if we can chop a little bit of wood. And do we have any down here near these doors? Yeah, there we go. Get some wood chopping done. I say I'm not sure how our rice and stuff is gonna go. Temperature's not ideal. Temperature has dropped again. We're back down to 35, 36 degrees. So it may not grow at all. But we'll just kind of keep at it, see what happens. What are we? Well, we're researching clothes, I think, right? I think what I'm going to do is, as an experiment after today's video, we'll save it, and then because I don't know the answer, I'm going to build a caravan, and I'm just going to run off map and see what it looks like. And we'll mean just an experiment. We're not going to save it. I'm just curious if things get bad. Is that the way we want to go? And I think we can go ahead and just restrict everybody for the moment. Is that the route we want to go for that? But until we know the answer, well, we can't plan for it until we know if it actually exists. And if we get up and it's not there and we just spend days wandering through toxic fallout, everybody's going to die. So it's one of those things that if it all goes wrong, it ends the story right there. So I'll do it off camera as an unsaved experiment. We'll see what happens, because I just don't know how the toxic fallout works. Does it cover an area of the planet? Does it just cover this map? I just don't know. Is that meat rotting? Spoils in one day, so we need to... Who's one of our cooks? Cook. Ivan. What are you doing, buddy? Playing horseshoes. Okay, that's fine, but then I need you to prioritize fueling that. There we go. That's why it wasn't happening. And we got some eggs. There we go. Good. All right. Mostly I was worried about the meat going bad, but... and now he's just wondering. He said, screw cooking. We'll do a little cleaning. This should help cut down dirt as well. Cleaning that's needed to happen inside. I guess we could do a path over here too while I'm thinking about it. We have a little bit of limestone left. We do. Really, really rather he's cooking, but we'll let him finish this and then we'll put him back on cooking. Oh, refuel. Does it really run out that fast? What is he? Oh, now he's just refueling everything. Ivan, I want you to cook. Now he's going to go to bed. All right. Yeah, Ivan doesn't seem to want to do what we want to do, but hopefully... Who else cooks? Who else cooks? Tiberius. You know what? CBA likes to cook, and he's not doing it. So we're going to give him a low-level cook, and we're gonna put him... What do you mean? He doesn't have materials. I've got meat. I've got rice. Oh, it's this one. We need him to do this one. Make pemmican. Crit. Who did I just do that to? I've already forgotten. CBA. What do you mean you need materials? I should have everything you need. Details. I've got meat. Right? Chicken meat. It's on there somewhere. There we go. I've got vegetarian. Raw rice. Brown rice. Look, I've got 2,700 brown rice. And I've got 3 chicken meat. Got more than that. No, I got 3. Never mind. We were out. I thought we had a bunch sitting around. Oh well. I don't always get it right either. In fact, I usually don't. That's why you watch, to see it go horribly wrong. Well, our growth rates are low with the non-ideal temperatures. There's a local doe. Okay. We got a bunch of them up there. We might have, there might be meat on the table after all, boys. Everybody's good. I'm going to go ahead and defensive positions everybody. Come on, doe. There we go. We'll undo that. Ivan, we'll make sure Ivan is unrestricted for a moment. Ivan and Raptor can both go unrestricted for just a second. And Ivan, could you grab this deer? No. Raptor, can you... They're not listed as hunting, but I'm going to fix that. Again, we're just going to give him a 9. And Ivan, can you now prioritize hunting that doe? There we go. No, no, Ivan, haul it. Why are we carrying him there? He's not rotting. All right. You know what? It's because, you know what I'm going to do priority low. And now I'm going to ask him to haul it again. Let's see. Can we haul it now? Can we butcher it now? There we go. I don't know why it refuses to haul him here, even when Psychic Soothe for all the men. Well, we're all men in this case, so that is great. And yeah, I think we are. Oh, what do we got there? Combat Supplier. We'll see if they live. Our first visitors. All right, well, we will be back next episode to meet the visitors, see what they have. There they are right there. Maybe there's a few of them we might want to try to recruit. And we'll see how that goes. Anyway, until next time, guys, cheers.